there, ladies and gentlemen! Did I startle you? That was entirely my intent, so good. If you've fallen out of your chair, I just want you to know that that's exactly what I wanted to happen. So yeah, by the way, I'm Grey Remnant, and this is Week in Review. Week of August 9th. I hope that you've recovered, because we're going to jump right in and talk about some nice little Minecraft builds right off the bat. We'll start with Structure of the Week. The bronze medal goes to a build titled Project Zombie by United's Network. United's Network. Not United Network. United, plural, United's Network. So, yeah, it's just that S. That S is very important. Without it, it just wouldn't be the same. But what we have here is we have some sort of an isolated town in the middle of winter. It looks quite spooky. I'm guessing that there's some zombies in this town, or there will be at some point. I don't know if it's finished or not. But it is a city of sorts, and it's got cars and houses and skyscrapers and stuff. It's also got a nuclear reactor, I think. I think I may see a nuclear reactor. What is that? Yes, this is a very isolated looking city. There's snow. I guess it's the middle of winter. Nuclear winter. No, nuclear winter doesn't look like that. But yeah, it is quite an impressive city. So well done, United's Network, or whatever your name is. Let's move on to the silver medal, which goes to a build titled Atlantis, the Underwater City by Official Hyperscale. New to Week in Review. I've never seen this guy before. This is a guy who's about 3 weeks late to the Underwater Wonderland contest. Sorry, dude, you kind of missed the mark just a little bit. But nevertheless, this is quite an impressive underwater city. It's got all of the features that you would expect. It's got seaweed reaching towards the sky, or should I say the surface of the water, because this is submerged. It's got domes. It's got some white architecture that makes it look like some sort of pristine ruin that mankind has never inhabited before until now, and it's quite nice. And I do really like the render. That blue render though, that is quite nice. So well done, Official Hyperscale. It's quite an impressive underwater city. You get last place in the Underwater Wonderland contest because you missed the deadline. Let's move on to the gold medal for Structure, which goes to a build titled Isla de Montegryfo by Solari. Yes, this is a massive Victorian-style island paradise. The center of this map is saturated in a veritable mountain of buildings of various shapes and sizes. There's literally dozens upon dozens of shops, houses, and other structures. Simply put, it's immense, diverse, and full of rich detail. And you got the south portion of the map, which seems to be a shipping yard, complete with a series of docks, loading cranes, and massive sailing vessels. The boats come in a variety of shapes and sizes, each more grand than the last. And what docking area would be complete without an absolutely massive lighthouse standing on the southernmost peninsula? It wouldn't be complete. It would be incomplete. And do you know why? Because the boats would likely crash into the mainland and kill thousands of people in a burning fireball of destruction and chaos. So luckily that lighthouse is there to say, no, stop, there's an island here. So, if it's foggy on the moors, you need a lighthouse. That's just the way it works. This city culminates with a massive cathedral-type building on the north edge of the map with a Romanesque aqueduct, because the city needs water. Why wouldn't it? Hopefully they didn't line the aqueduct with lead, because that's what the Romans did, and everybody went crazy because of it. So, hopefully they learned from the Romans' mistakes, and they didn't line it with lead. They lined it with something else, like steel or iron or something. The cathedral appears to have an eagle head on the roof hanging over the city, and then you got swamps, farmland, and mountains flanking the city on every side. What I really like about this map is the diversity, both in terms of the terraforming and the architecture. Every building and every house is pretty unique, and it's saturated in copious amounts of detail. The map reads like a giant jigsaw puzzle. It's a kind of map that really needs to be explored to get the full experience. So, if you do have the time, please explore Isla de Montegryfo. I trust I'm pronouncing that horribly wrong, as I always do. So good job, Solari. Very well done. Let's move on to terraforming of the week. The bronze medal goes to a terrain titled Galact V1 Not sure how I'm expected to pronounce that. By Killarak. Yes, we all know Killarak. He's a Week in Review professional. He's been on here a lot. This is a volcanic wasteland of death and destruction. There's lava in vein-like patterns all over the place. It looks like a place of damnation and pain and suffering and doom. Yes. You would not want to end up here. This is likely a bad place to find yourself because it's pretty removed from civilization. I mean, I don't imagine that there's ever going to be a city built on top of this terrain, mainly because it would burst into flames immediately and everyone would die. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, it's all lava. But, and there's trees here. Why the trees haven't started on fire? Why the trees haven't burst into flames? I have no idea. That makes me wonder. I don't know. Are those trees made of adamantium or something? Are they some sort of god trees that they cannot be killed with fire? So good job, Killarak. That was pretty scary. Pretty scary landscaping. Let's move on to the silver medal, which goes to a terrain titled The Door of Knowledge by BenJordy. BenJordy, yes. Good, BenJordy. Good day, sir. Welcome to Week in Review. This is a door, kind of framed in a massive mountainous terrain, and there's what I believe is a bookshelf, also kind of caked in some earth, kind of on the side. It is odd. I don't know exactly what he's trying to say here. Maybe he's trying to say that nature, however ominous and foreign it may seem to us, it is our home, nonetheless. See, get it? Because it's got a door, so it's kind of like home. All it really needs is one of those signs that says home sweet home, and it would complete the analog, and it would be very obvious. But really, I don't know why he built this. I think it's just really, really witty and cool. I mean, it's a door framed in an immense cliffside that looks like something Gabersid would have made. In fact, I think he references Gabersid for inspiration, which is interesting, because I immediately felt like this was something Gabersid would have done as soon as I saw it, because it's kind of like that kind of compounded, bulgy terrain that you know what I mean. So good job, BenJordy. BenJordy, you've created a door. Congratulations. Let's move on to the gold medal, which goes to a terrain titled Project Aralith, Bayport by the master, because he is the veritable master of all. This is a quaint mountain village built amongst a landscape of almost ceaseless mountain peaks. No, seriously, this map consists of around 80% rough mountain terrain. It honestly looks like the worst possible site to build a town, but the master apparently didn't care. He built one anyway. He's just like, screw it, we build. If we build it, they will come. Even though there's no way they could get here because it's in the middle of the ocean. But still, they will find a way. Amidst the mountainous detritus, a vibrant medieval city stands, complete with rows of shops and houses, a windmill, watchtowers, hot air balloons, farming areas, and vast caverns. The coastline is lined with some waterfalls and some incoming merchant ships. What's truly magical about this map, as I said before, is it's built atop a terrain that really shouldn't be habitable. Damasta found a way to wedge a city within the narrow confines of this difficult terrain, and he did so in a cohesive, beautiful way as well. And the result is a truly remarkable fusion between civilization and nature. Well done, Damasta. Very impressive work. Let's move on to organic work. I'd like to point out that this week, for the second time in Week in Review history, I have given the bronze medal to two builds because I couldn't decide. It's more me being weak and indecisive and unable to declare a winner, but there were two projects that were just so close I couldn't give one the bronze medal and deny the other one, so I had to give them both one. The first bronze medal goes to a build titled Gramophone Project by Dumbax. Dumbax is new to PMC, but he built this to be, as the title suggests, a gramophone. It's actually, it's got some nice color patterns on it. It's got some red and some yellow, and most of it is green. But the real kicker in this map is the fact that there's an owl with a top hat and a monocle flying out of said gramophone. Yes. What drugs were you on when you built this, Dumbax? I'd really like to know, because this is interesting, to say the least. I don't know what he's trying to say with this. He's trying to say that, I don't know what the owl represents. He represents upscale, classy things, and the gramophone represents a gramophone. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. What's the point? So good job, Dumbax. Very, very interesting build. The other bronze medal goes to a map titled Weirdward Worlds by Jim Jobway. Jim Jobway, no stranger to Week in Review. This is like a boat sitting atop the water, but there's like some sort of temporal time vortex that's swallowing it, and on the other side of the vortex, mirrored is a darker version of the same ship. It's like another dimension where water is purple instead of blue for reasons unknown. But it's really creepy. I don't know what this is. It's like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean, to be totally honest. But so good job, Jim Jobway. Very interesting. You could see why I couldn't really make a decision between these two. They were pretty evenly matched. But nonetheless, let's move on to the silver medal, which does only go to one person, and that person is, not a surprise, Tech Zero, because he's always on Week in Review. He made a build titled Mustang. And it is, as you would assume, a Mustang amidst a vast desert terrain. This is really, really well done. I mean, the detail on this is so spot on, and the color patterns on the horse, the mane, the tail, the way the legs bend, it's just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you look at this, it is just utter masterpiece. And he actually included how he built it. So if you're wondering how people build stuff like this, he actually showed you how. You just make a bunch of, you just diagram it, you make a sketch, then you put some balls together, and then between step 2 and 3, I'm not sure what happens, but yeah, the cluster of balls somehow turns into a horse. I'm not exactly sure how that gets done, but nonetheless, that's his process. So thank you very much for sharing that with us, Tech Zero. Very illuminating stuff. Good job. Let's move on to the gold medal, which goes to a build titled Tantalus by, yep, not a surprise, PinguinEnte. PinguinEnte is apparently on some grand quest to win a medal every single week, and he's been doing a great job so far, so... But Tantalus is completed total insanity. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Maybe we should begin with the fact that this is an interpretation of the ancient Greek story of Tantalus, a man who pissed off God, and as a result was tied to a tree for all eternity. But here's the twist. The fruit in the tree is just beyond his grasp, and the water level recedes every time he tries to take a drink. Yeah, so God is basically just a dirty troll. Poor Tantalus. Then again, the crime Tantalus committed was killing and eating his son, so I guess he kinda deserves it. He's basically the Greek version of Hannibal Lecter, except unlike Hannibal, Tantalus loses in the end. But enough of that historical crap. Who needs history anyway? Not me. Not America. The centerpiece of this map is a giant tree that Tantalus happens to be tied to. The leaves are ruffled and very realistic, and the fruit is vibrant as well. Tantalus looks to be extremely angry, but then again, can you blame him? I mean, it's like, what the fuck, God? All I did was try to eat my kid. Come on! Bros make mistakes. Help me out here, dude. But PinguinEnte added his own twists to this map. Not only is there fruit, but several birds, along with Swagworm, and I'm not sure what he's doing in here, but nevertheless, the birds seem to be flocking around said fruit, and in the water below there's some floating bottles. I guess this is both the site of Tantalus's eternal punishment, and the place where God carelessly tosses his garbage. So I guess God is now a troll, and he likes to litter. Interesting. Oh, and of course, PinguinEnte had to throw in his signature penguin-duck hybrid, because PinguinEnte translates to penguin duck in English, in case you didn't know that. But there's lots of animals and trash to keep Tantalus annoyed for quite a long time, which is good, because he has to be annoyed for an eternity, because he tried to eat his kid. Actually, no, he didn't try to. He did eat him. And actually, I think he invited the gods to join him in said feast, and they were all like, the fuck is going on here? Tantalus? This is some messed up shit, bro. Sorry, we're tying you to a tree. I mean, you know what you did. So that's it. That's it. We finished. We gave out all the awards, but there are badges. There are badges, ladies and gentlemen. As always, there are badges. We have 3 badges to hand out this week. Killarak earned the Landscaper badge because he's a master terraformer for the ages. Solari got the Mason badge. Good architect. And PinguinEnte is the first person ever in the history of Week in Review to get the Artist badge because he is a master artist. Yes, he's very, very good, and he makes something mind-blowing every week, so it's not really a surprise to see him on here, and I assume I'm going to see him on here a lot, because he never seems to stop. He has an endless supply of content. I don't know where he gets it. From somewhere deep in the insane lobe within his brain. Who knows? So good job, PinguinEnte. You're an artist, and he's got the Dynasty badge, too. He's got the Dynasty badge and the Artist badge, and he's the only person to have both of those. Yeah. But good job. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You could give it a diamond on PMC. You could give the map creators diamonds as well. That's not against the rules. Let me just check. Nope, that's against the... That's okay. Pixel art, still against the rules. Do not make pixel art, you sons of bitches. That is against the law, and it is an abomination against nature. But yes, nevertheless, I'm currently writing a short story that I think that you'll all enjoy. It's going to be titled something like Lucas in Hell. Yes, it's going to be quite a serious and sad story. But I hope that you will enjoy it when it comes out, and I will see you guys again next week. Please enjoy your list of qualifiers. Thank you for watching. Grey Remnant, signing out.
5, 4, 3...